Like, this was like my first real-ish, like my first, like in my mind, he was my first real boyfriend, but he actually was not a real boyfriend. Is this the kiss story? What's the kiss story? We never kissed. Wait, is this the kiss story? No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, kiss story. First kiss was someone else. First kiss was, oh my God, first kiss was Steve's best friend. Before, yeah, Steve was Fedora Steve. First kiss was before I met Steve, which was Steve's best friend, and which is how I even met Steve in the first place. No, I did not cuck Steve. Here, I'll tell you what happened, okay? So first, I had my first kiss with Steve's best friend. And this was before I met Steve. This was around, I had just turned 14 at the time. So I turned 14 in January, and then in February, I was hanging out with Steve's best friend. Steve's best friend, oh my God, I can't believe my mom is hearing this right now. My mom doesn't know this shit. Mom, I'll tell you right now. Mom, my first kiss was with Ryan. You remember Ryan? Like Ryan from when I was 5 years old, and then we gave our bunnies to him and his family. Yeah. He was my first kiss. So Ryan was my childhood friend from when I was 5. And then I moved away. My family had 2 bunnies, like as pets. And then when we moved back to China, when I was 7, we gave the 2 bunnies to Ryan's family. And then when I came back to Vancouver, I reconnected with Ryan and we became friends again. In February of 2014, that's when I had my first kiss with Ryan. We were hanging out at a coffee shop. He decided to walk me home, and then while we were walking, it was like 8:30 p.m. and he was like, "Have you ever had your first kiss before?" And I was like, "No, I haven't." He was like, "Oh, like, do you want to do it? Like, do you want to have," I forget exactly what he said, but he was really like, "Do you want to do it?" Sounds so creepy. He's like, "Do you want to like have your first kiss?" And I was like, okay. And then so we kissed, and my God, it was the worst kiss I have ever had in my entire life. And it wasn't on him, it was on me. Like, we kissed, and in my mind, I was expecting a peck kiss. I was expecting like a mwah, you know? He was trying to like make out, and I was like, oh shit, like we're Frenching, oh fuck. And I felt him use a little bit of tongue. You know, he just used a little bit of tongue. I felt the tongue, and immediately I thought, okay, he's using tongue, that means I need to use tongue. And so I stuck my tongue out a little bit, and then I felt like his tongue was more inside my mouth than my tongue was inside his mouth. And so I kept sticking my tongue out like further and further. And after the kiss was over, my dongle was sore. Like, that thing was sore from how far my tongue was sticking out. Like, just like imagine how far out my tongue was. Like, it was like very fucking far. But yeah, right after that story, I mean, right after the kiss happened, the first thing that was said was, "We'll work on that," from him to me. We did not work on it. We like stopped talking after that. But through Ryan, I met Steve. And me and Steve started chatting. We Skyped all the time. We like every single night we would call on Skype. But like I had only met him one time. And then every single it was so stupid. Like, we were both 14 years old. Yeah, so me and Steve would call all the time, and he would always wear his red Stanford hoodie with a fucking fedora. Just so fucking funny. Yeah, milady. Yeah, but Steve was really nice. Like, he was really nice. And we hung out like throughout the duration of our entire relationship. We met up, I think, twice. And one time, it was like, the first time we met up was we went to go see what's the Godzilla. We went to go see Godzilla, and we did not hold hands. However, what he did do was he put a finger on my elbow. Which was very sensual. So he was sitting on my left, and I was sitting like this, and he put his left index finger on my elbow like this. And I was like, oh my God! He's touching my weenus! All of FanFan's boyfriends either ghost, go gay, or never existed. That's not true. Anyway, he touched my weenus. And then the second time we hung out was at a Model UN conference, and we also didn't do anything, but like we snuck out of our Model UN, like of our respective Model UN conference rooms to like go meet up outside in the hallway and like just be like, tee hee, hi, we're meeting up. Yeah, and then after that, he moved away. So I stopped talking to him. Yeah, and then the guy that I actually had a thing with, his name was Dan. I have to get some shit open so I can prepare for this story because this is actually fucking hilarious and I've never talked about this on stream before. We were in AP Comp Sci together. I actually liked him, guys. This was like the first guy that I actually liked. I was 17. We started talking when I was 16. We were like sort of like seeing each other when I was 17. And he was older than me, so he graduated from high school before me, and he ended up going to school in Massachusetts. And oh, my heart aches for 17-year-old Fiona. I was like obsessed. I was so obsessed with this guy. I like, he never reciprocated either. Like he never, like I wanted to date him, but he like, this was like, you know, just like first real crush. Like 16, 17, like, ugh. And he went off to school in Boston, and I would like talk to him every single day. And I tried to be like super chill, you know, like I didn't want to pressure him into like being my boyfriend or something. I was just trying to be chill, trying not to be like pressure him into anything. And he would be like telling me about how like fun it is at his new college. And he was like meeting a bunch of people and like going to a bunch of parties. And at orientation, there was this girl in his group called Ashley who he thought was cute. And he like told me about it. And I just kept acting chill, you know? And I was just like, oh, really? Like, you should like, are you gonna go for it? And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna try. And I'd be like, okay, like, I hope you get her. And then I still remember what happened. I was in the library of my high school and I was studying, and then he texted me and he was like, holy shit, I have to tell you what just happened. And I was like, oh my god, what happened? And he was like, I just went on a date with Ashley and we kissed. And I remember I just started crying in the library. Like I was studying all alone, I just started crying. But the funniest part about this story isn't even this whole part. The funniest part was after this happened, I decided to start writing poetry. And what I have pictures of are my handwritten poetry. Which I'm about to read for you guys, which I have never talked about on stream before. I'm getting red. I was so in my feelings, okay? I don't think you guys understand. I thought like I had experienced the worst thing ever. I have 3 poems to read for you guys. What a task it must be to hold a candle to me, a stationary puddle of wax, colored gray and crimson by 8 seasons we shared, juxtaposed or apart. I found your hues on the faces of others, often impervious to my flames, hardened with my tears. And the faith I have in you, the one you forced upon me, demands that I believe we will melt together, but you have fallen into the cracks of another holder. Is it pretty good though? It's pretty good. It's pretty crazy. It burns like hell, and damnation feels similar. There's intimacy in the mistakes we made, and passion in our failures. And I wish it were easy to stop caring like it used to be. It sure as hell used to be. But here we are. So you can call her all the pretty names that used to belong to me, and you can shower her with affection the way you used to do with me. I can't. It takes 2 to tango, or so the saying goes. So perhaps it's time to start moving, revising my steps, and I can improvise into my solo. It burns like hell, but that's something I'm used to. And there's intimacy in all the ways you've lied and hurt me. Semicolon. Passion in our failures that lingers like a determined scar. So yes, you can replace me. I can replace you too. Turn that fear into another tattoo so I can come to love the pain you left behind. You don't remember like I do. When my heart beat, it nearly flew. The rhythm quickened and never lost its pace. You had me racing, still standing in my place. You don't remember like I do, because to me, you were the moon. I shot for you past the stars, bottled their dust in tiny jars. You don't remember like I do. In every dream, I dreamt of you. We made an I can't read this. We never fucked. We never hooked up. We made an empire in this bed, but you left mine for hers instead. Like, I don't know how I came up with that. Honestly, I feel like those are pretty good bars though. This was quite a first boyfriend experience. I think it really set the scene for my dating life. Cause this guy, oh, I'll just list off a bunch of things that he did. So yeah, he was a drug dealer. He cheated on me 4 times. One time was actually with a meth addicted escort. He stole my credit card information. He sold my nudes on Kickfriender. What else? Got addicted to crack. That's a big one. Yeah, he kept trying to scam our friends by I went through his phone and I saw I saw his Facebook messages. He was just copy pasting the same message to every single acquaintance of mine and of his, saying hey, my car broke down and I need to call whatever for gas, but I need to pay in but can you send me $100 and I'll send it to you, literally slicker shit. Just be hey, can you send me $100 and I'll send it back to you next week? And the only reason I found out about it was this girl that he cheated on me with messaged me and was hey, sorry to, she was fine, okay? It was not her fault because every single time he wouldn't tell them that he was with me. And so she messaged me and was hey, can you get your boyfriend to pay me back? Because I lent him $100 a few weeks ago and now he's just ghosting me. And I was what the hell? I was what? Why'd he need $100? And then so I ended up paying her back for him. Yeah, and the second time that I found out he cheated on me, yeah, so there's this girl called Vivian that my ex was talking to, and he did not cheat with her, but he was talking to her. And I messaged her, this was March 3rd, 2019. Hey, I know you don't know me and I'm sorry for bothering you, but I know Neil has been hitting you up and I'm not blaming you or pissed at you at all, but he's literally making it sound like you always randomly start combos with him while he barely responds to you, which I straight up know isn't true. I'm pretty sure it's a lot more the other way around. He also said you just randomly texted for no reason on Friday after not having talked for weeks, which I also know isn't true. So I thought I'd just ask you directly to tell me about it since he's just gonna make it seem like you initiated even though it was all him. But again, just wanted to make it clear that I'm not pissed at you. I'm just trying to confirm that he's lying and trying to make you look bad. So he's out of the, it's covered. He's out of the something. And then she responded and she was so nice. And she was hi, you aren't bothering me at all. I was just talking about this with another mutual friend last night. Obviously, I don't want to say anything and make any accusations, but there are some really weird red flags. I also hope you know I have zero interest whatsoever. I'm not even very nice to him over text, and I keep screenshots of everything. And she sent me all the screenshots. And it was just him, trying to hit her up, telling her she looks hot, saving her pictures and sending it as his lock screen, asking her to, meet him for drinks, shit like that. And I found out about this. I messaged her like beginning of March, but we had been arguing about like this specific situation for like the past 2 weeks because I found out on Valentine's Day. And on Valentine's Day, we went out to dinner, and that's when I found out that he was talking to this girl, and I was obviously really upset, and I started crying in the restaurant, and he yelled at me in the restaurant for ruining our Valentine's Day dinner, and he left me there before our food arrived. So I was just sitting in the restaurant and crying as both of our food came out, and then I had to pay for it. Of course I didn't eat it, I just paid for it and left. Did you take it to go? No, I didn't. I still remember what happened. You were desperate for attention, he was cute and said all the sweetest things to you. Yeah, the first week, oh my god, I was like so blown away when I first met him. I met him when I was 18. I met him over spring break, and we spent the entire week together because the first day we hung out, we stayed up until like 7 a.m. talking. Like we didn't kiss, he didn't make any moves. We just talked until 7 a.m. on the balcony and like talked about like parent problems, talked about his parent problems, talked about like siblings, talked about like all this shit. And then, like, oh, he said all the nice things, and I just got trapped. And it was like the first time I ever got trapped. If only Dan had agreed to tango. Shut the fuck up. So like one big reason why he said he cheated on me was because he didn't go to college. He was just being a drug dealer because he lied to me initially. He said he was taking a gap year, and then he decided to start dealing drugs. But I went to college, and during my first semester, I was really busy. And he was like, the reason why I cheat on you is because you're so busy that you don't have the time to give me enough of your energy and time and love. So of course I have to find it elsewhere. And at the time I was 18, so I was like, he makes a good point. I was stupid. I was young and stupid. I know it's not my fault, obviously. What did you tell yourself after the fourth time? After the fourth time, it was that. It was that. I found out he was talking to this girl on Snapchat who went to school in Vegas. Oh my, I still remember everything. This girl, of course, didn't know that we were together, and they had like a straight up relationship. Like they were straight up like full on e-dating. Like they were saying I love you to each other and shit. Like when I found out about that, that was when I wanted to break up with him. And I said it. I said, it's over and I'm done giving you chances. But then he said all the good things and said all the shit I wanted to hear. And every other time, the past 3 times that he cheated, he never acted like this, you know? He never acted like, he never acted like he was taking his actions into consideration and being like, oh, I fucked up, there's no excuse, and I will be better. Bullshit. I got trapped. But my second boyfriend, he had a thing with a girl in the past. I felt really weird about it because the thing is, I feel like, how do I explain? I feel like if you're honest about something, then I have nothing to worry about. And if you're hiding something, then I do have something to worry about, if that makes sense. My boyfriend were to tell me that he used to have a crush on this girl, but not anymore, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. You had a crush on her before you met me. I don't care. But this guy, he had a crush on this girl, and everyone knew he had a crush on this girl because he told them he had a crush on this girl. But when I asked him about it, he was like, oh no, like I never liked her that way. And so I was just like, what? Like, why are you lying about it? Like, it's just kind of sus, you know? Like, I was like, why are you lying? Just be honest. Everyone knows you had a crush on her and you had a thing. Like, it's not that weird. Like, I don't care about people you used to see before we were together. So anyway, I was like really iffy about her because they would like talk all the time and shit. And so like I would always bring it up to him, be like, I'm really uncomfortable about this because like you're not honest about the situation with her. And so instead of being honest with me about the situation, he was like, you know what? Fine. I'm just not gonna talk to her then. And I was like, no, like that's not what I'm asking at all. Like I'm not asking you to not talk to her. It's fine for you to be friends with her. And he was like, no, like just because you're being like so insecure about her, I'm not gonna talk to her anymore. And he would like show me their Instagram DMs and be like, see, I'm not talking to her. Like she responds to my stories sometimes, but like I don't even respond. And so I was just like, you know what, fine. Like he's like, I guess I'll just let it be. Half a year later, we're sitting at dinner. I see his phone light up with a call from her. And I was like, why is she calling you? And he was like, I don't know. And so in the heat of the moment, I take his phone and I was like, unlock it. And he unlocks it. I text her and I say, what is it? And she responds, nothing, just miss you, with a red heart. I respond, I say, I'm with my girlfriend. She responds, girlfriend? Question mark. And I respond, Fiona. Me. And she goes, what? You told me you guys weren't dating. And she goes, but if you are now, happy for you. I was fuming. And so I take his phone and he's of course trying to get his phone back. And I was like, if you have any fucking respect for me, let me fucking go through your phone right now. And while he's sitting next to me, I just scroll through their entire conversation in front of his face. And they have been talking every single day, calling every single day. Within that past week, they had a 4.5 hour long call with each other. 4.5 hour call. And no, I don't blame her at all. It's not her fault at all. How the fuck was she supposed to know? It's not her fault at all. But anyway, I ended up, again, just like I learned from my first relationship, I ended up reaching out to her and I was like, hey, that was me on his phone. But like, I'm sorry that you had to deal with this shit. I was like, yeah, we have been like boyfriend and girlfriend for almost a year. So like, I'm sorry that you're dragged into this. And like, I'm sorry he didn't tell you. And she was like, damn, he kind of sucks. You know what the worst part is? I forgave him. I broke up with him. I did. But he was like on his knees begging. And he was like, I will never, like nothing like this will ever happen again. Like I just, like, I don't even see her that way. Like, all of these excuses. So yeah, that was my second boyfriend. And that's all my boyfriends. That's all my boyfriends so far.